Hi traders, welcome back to the channel. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. Without any further waste of time, let's jump straight into today's chart work. We're analyzing gold on the 5-minute time frame using the powerful 714 method. Today's mission is to backtest the previous week's data, specifically from the 21st to the 25th. Let's see what the market gave us and whether we could have found any clean opportunities. Now, as you can see, I've already placed my vertical line at exactly 1 p.m., which, as you know, is our official focus point when applying the 714 method. From here, we carefully observe price movement. And what do we see? Exactly, we can spot a bullish structure forming. And based on the rules of the 714 method, when the structure is bullish, we prepare to look for selling opportunities. Now, in my personal variation of the 714 method, I don't just jump in randomly. I first look for a solid resistance zone to increase the probability of my setup working out. But in this specific case, there's something important we need to notice. Gold is sitting at an all-time high. There are no previous resistance zones that we can use for reference. No historical price action to lean on. And what does that mean? It simply means that our conditions are not fully met. And when that happens, what do we do, traders? We sit on our hands. We don't force trades just because we feel like trading. No setup, no trade. That's the discipline that keeps us consistent. Sometimes the best position you can have in the market is no position at all. It's all about patience, discipline, and sticking to your trading plan without exceptions. All right, traders, now we move on to the next day of our backtest. As always, our main focus point is right here at 1 p.m., just like we discussed before. So let's observe the price action carefully. We can see that price slightly pushed up, but then, boom, it started dropping to the downside like crazy. Now, if you look closely, we can spot a minor resistance zone up here at the top. This zone would have been our first entry opportunity, especially after noticing how price started rejecting strongly to the downside. However, let's keep it real. The most ideal and safest sell position would have been a little bit higher at the top, where the rejection would have given us even more confirmation. But hey, price doesn't always move exactly the way we want, right? We have to work with what the market gives us. Now, let's say you didn't feel comfortable taking this first trade. No problem at all. There's always another opportunity if you're patient. Another very clean option was to take a trade based on the original 714 method rules. Let me show you exactly how. Remember from our previous lessons? We place a horizontal line at the opening price. That's our reference point. And right here, we can clearly see that price broke below the line, pushed strongly to the downside, then came back to retest the line. This retest right here? Perfect second chance to enter another sell position, because the original 714 conditions have been fully met. And after the retest, price continued dropping hard just like we anticipated. Beautiful, clean setup, following the strategy step by step. This is exactly why sticking to the rules gives you confidence when trading. No guessing, just reacting to what the market shows you. All right, traders, moving on to the next day. As always, our focus point is right here at 1 p.m. Now, looking at the chart, we have this resistance zone forming here. But personally, I wouldn't really use this zone, because if you look closely, price barely pushed to the upside. The movement just looks like consolidation to me. Nothing strong, no real momentum. Now, up here at the top, this would have been a nice resistance zone if price had actually gone up. But as you can see, price didn't even push up to test that zone. So, we don't even consider that area at all. Simple. Instead, what we notice is that price continued dropping to the downside. And right here at the bottom, we have a strong support zone forming. Remember, when we see a bearish structure, we start looking for buying opportunities at key supports. So based on that, we place a buy position down here. But unfortunately, our stop loss gets hit before price changes direction and finally pushes to the upside. It happens. Not every trade will be a winner, and that's part of the game. What matters is how you manage your risk and stay disciplined. Now, let's take a look at another approach we could have used. We place a horizontal line here at the opening price. Price breaks below the line, then comes back to retest that same area. This retest gives us a clean opportunity to enter a sell position. And boom, price drops beautifully, giving us a solid when using the original 714 method. Pro tip here: always analyze both variations. The one where you look for resistance or support zones, and the original 714 line break method. Then choose the one that matches best with what the market is showing you. Or even better, you can combine both methods, and whichever setup meets all the conditions, that's the one you take. Stay smart, stay patient, and always risk smart. As always, we start by observing price from this point right here. And this time, we see a slight bullish move. But then price quickly drops to the downside. Looking up here, we have this resistance zone, which gives us the confirmation we need to enter a sell trade. And boom, price drops exactly as anticipated. Now, moving on to the last day of the week, Friday, we repeat the same process. We start to observe price from 1 p.m. And what do we see? A bearish structure, right? Now let's zoom out a little bit to find a support zone. Here, we spot a recent price rejection area. We mark that zone. And based on our analysis, we confidently take a buy position. And boom, price pushes to the upside, giving us a clear and clean win to end off the week beautifully. And there you have it, traders. Another full week backtesting the 714 method step by step. Remember, consistency and patience are key. Study the setups, master the process, and the results will follow. If you found value in this video, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Until next time, stay safe, trade smart, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.